Hey guys, it's Calligraphy Studios here, and today is February 16th, which means we are exactly 1 month away from Six Flags Great Adventures 2024 opening day, the earliest opening day in my memory, and with that comes a set of expectations. So in this video, I'm going to be going through everything we can expect as of right now for opening day to get you all excited. The 1 month countdown is on. We are so close. We're almost there. So I'm going to be going through everything I would expect to see on opening day, what we should have in our minds, because of course with the park opening so early, this is very unprecedented. It really is a bonus weekend or two that we're getting. So these are some things we should keep in mind going into opening day, and for starters, our ride closures. I'm sure we're all expecting not the whole park to be open, at least I am. I highly doubt the entire park will be open because Holiday in the Park just ended not that long ago. It ended January 1st, meaning they only gave themselves about 2.5 months time to get the park ready for opening day, which is a really short off season. So personally, I'm definitely expecting the Boardwalk and Metropolis to not be open on opening day. The Boardwalk, because as far as I know, the parachutes are still slated for demolition and they haven't been demolished quite yet. So they're still going to have to do a lot of cleanup with that project there. So they're definitely going to keep the Boardwalk closed off, at least in my opinion. I would guess it's probably going to be closed off around the same spot that it had been last year in November when they closed the Boardwalk early. That's my best guess. And then as for Metropolis, I would say that Justice League and Cyborg will almost certainly be closed on opening day due to construction for Flash Vertical Velocity. The footprint of that ride runs right next to the two of those, and they're definitely going to need Metropolis as space to work on the new attraction. So I would definitely expect Cyborg and Justice League to be closed. By proxy, I would also expect the bathrooms, of course, to be closed, and I don't expect the VIP lounge to be open on opening day. If I had to guess, they're going to block it off at the Metro Narrows Bridge. So I do expect Wonder Woman and the whole movie town area to be open. I wouldn't be surprised if they were open and Metropolis was the only area closed. But something else to take into consideration is the fact that Holiday in the Park, like I said, did not end very long ago, and there's a pretty significant portion of the park that was kept open for Holiday in the Park. And because of that, I definitely think that there's a chance that some of those rides may not be ready for opening day. Looking at rides like Jersey Devil, Batman, maybe even Nitro, I think some of those rides they might need a little bit more time to do their off-season maintenance on. And personally, I'd definitely rather see them open a little bit later than see them open and not be 100% ready and have to close a little later on or run at limited capacity. So definitely expect to see a few ride closures here and there for the first few weekends of operation. Like I said, typically the park won't open until the first week of April, so seeing them open this early is very unprecedented and is very exciting. But of course, keep in mind the limited operations, which will also probably extend to food and beverage locations. Food locations, I would definitely expect to see a limited amount available. They still don't have the full amount of staff that they're going to need for the whole season this early on in the spring. This is always the case where not everything food-wise is open during the spring, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's only a few options for food around the park. I'd imagine they're going to try to keep it mainly contained to certain areas and try to keep certain things open in certain spots. So I'd say maybe 1 or 2 things in Main Street, 1 or 2 things on one side of the park, 1 or 2 things on the other side of the park, something like that. That's what I would expect in terms of what we could see for food openings and closures. And the same can be said about drinks. So for those of you unaware, there is a bit of a change to the drink system this year. If you're a member or season pass holder and you have the drink plan, it is changed up this year. If you have that red membership cup, the one that's plastic, not the hard metal tumbler, you need to get rid of that and replace it with a new 2024 cup that is orange. You can probably go get that on opening day at member services or pass holder services, wherever they wind up sending you. Get that, and when you go to fill up your drink, you now need to scan it as opposed to just going up and getting your drink. And there's going to be a possible cooldown to come later on between refills, kind of like how Cedar Fair does it, which I'm not surprised. So if I had to guess, that probably means that freestyle machines are no more. That also probably means that you can't fill your drink by yourself. You have to go up to the counter and get it scanned, then they fill it for you, which personally I do think is a bit of a bummer. I've always preferred filling up my own drink because I can control how much ice goes in, how much soda goes in, but I do understand from the park's perspective that they're trying to make sure that the people who take advantage of the system and just fill up drinks for free aren't doing that anymore, so I completely understand. Just keep that in mind going into opening day. If you do want to keep your red metal tumbler for the 2024 season, you're going to have to go and get a sticker put onto it, so I'd highly recommend doing that on opening day or whatever the first day is that you go, to get that done and over with. That way you can get your drinks for the rest of the season. Something else to look forward to on opening day, as I do every year, is take a look around the park at everything that is new or changed for the year. So you can definitely expect to see a video like that made. But of course, the one thing that everyone is going to be looking at is Flash Vertical Velocity, the new coaster coming to the park. As we've seen from recent pictures, there's been a lot of progress made. Footers are going in. So as I've said in past videos, I would expect that by opening day, we'll probably see all the footers complete and maybe even some supports going in. I'm not sure of the status of where supports or track are in relation to the park. I don't know if anything's been delivered yet or if it's still being shipped, but I definitely would say that by March 16th, we'll probably see at least 1 or 2 supports up. So I'm sure everyone's going to be running over there to check out the construction site. I'm not sure where the best vantage points are going to be because we don't know what is going to be open or not. Like I said, my assumption is that Metropolis will not be open, and I would also not be surprised if there's a portion of the pathway blocked off up by Skyscreamer, because a lot of the ride does stretch into that general area, so they're probably going to have some equipment working over there on the far end of the coaster, so definitely don't be surprised if there's some blocking there. I'm also not sure if the Skyway will be open for opening day. Skyway ran for a very long time. It ran all the way to January 1st after it was closed for a little bit and opened a little late during the 2023 season, so we're not sure if that's going to be ready for opening day either. But that'll probably be one of the best spots to check out Flash construction if Metropolis winds up being closed. Another thing to go look at the progress for is going to be the new Memorial Brick pathway. If I had to guess, they probably have a lot of the bricks already in place. We do know that there are going to be brick sales ongoing throughout the season until they just decide to stop selling them. So you can still purchase one now, and as far as I know, even when the park opens for the 2024 season, you'll still be able to purchase them. So I'm not sure if they're going to have the pathway open come opening day and you'll be able to walk through and they'll switch out bricks as the season goes on, or if they're going to hold off until the 50th anniversary celebration begins to open up that pathway. But either way, once that pathway does open, we're going to have a whole new way to get to El Toro and the rest of the Frontier Adventures area much faster, which is very exciting. So really looking forward to checking on the progress for that, and overall checking on the park aesthetics, because I'd imagine there's probably going to be a lot of changes for the 2024 season given that it's the park's 50th anniversary. So I'd imagine we could probably start seeing signs of the 50th anniversary going up, stuff for the celebration. And of course, as we approach July, which is when the park originally opened back in 1974, there's definitely going to be more and more things coming up for the park's anniversary, which is going to be really exciting. Overall, I think opening day this year is going to be really exciting to check out. This is the earliest we've been able to access the park in my memory, so definitely be prepared for some ride closures because, like I said, this is the shortest off-season the park has ever had, so they've probably had to work much faster than usual to get rides open. So I would not be surprised at all if that first weekend does have limited ride availability, which is perfectly fine, because at the end of the day, we'd rather see the rides get fully maintained, get everything they need done so that they can operate for the whole season rather than be open sporadically. And I think that's what the park is setting out to do, to have everything open when it needs to be open and stay open. Another thing to look forward to that I almost forgot about is Barnstormer. We do not know the current status of when Barnstormer will open. We're assuming it'll open at some point in 2024, but this is the ride that we've all been kind of joking about for a while now. It's supposed to be new for 2022 and had a few delays that brings us to now when it still is not open, but it is fully constructed. So I'm really curious when in the 2024 season that will open. Maybe we'll even see it open on opening day, who knows. But that's just another thing to look forward to on what's going to be a great opening day for 2024. If you guys are excited for Great Adventures 2024 opening day, let me know down in the comments. Let me know if you're planning on attending during the first couple days of operation. I know I'll be there on opening day and I cannot wait to see everything new at the park for the season. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe to Hollywood Studios, and stay tuned for more Six Flags Great Adventure content coming soon to the channel. Goodbye, guys.